Yeah, I know what you're thinking, and yeah, this actually is who you think it is. And if you're wondering what the heck the baked orange thing is on the back of my outfit, well, don't blame me on this one. Sid wanted to be getting an opportunity to do some shameless self-promotion, if you will, and so because of that, he wanted to have his company's logo on the new armor that I acquired, and so being the nice guy that I am, and considering all the work that he did for me, including helping me gain access to the Enterprise, which led me to defeat Garuda, helping us get to the Praetorium, helping us clear Castor Meridianum, and getting access to the Crystal Tower, I decided I'd be a nice guy and give him the shameless plug that he was looking for. It's only for a while, and eventually I will find a different set of armor that will replace this, but for now, I'll give Sid what he wants and give him the plug that he was looking for. So, now that we've taken care of that, greetings people of the world, Matthew back with you here at Novora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV on Realm Reborn. It is year 2, day 63 for EDSS in the Realm Reborn, and last time we completed the main story of patch 2.4 as we brought the Ivy to justice, once and for all. But now that we've taken care of that, it's time for us to go back to visit our good old bumbling Inspector Hildibrand. And so, to start on that process, we have returned here to Costa del Sol, where the last of the most recently completed Hildibrand mysteries took place. Because it's here where we will find our friend from the Mytholi, the reporter known as Ellie, not to be confused with the girl from The Last of Us. Yeah, kind of strange, isn't it, that there's an Ellie in The Last of Us, and there's an Ellie in Realm Reborn, but hey, you can't have a unique name in every single game you play, right? Well, I'm sure that Ellie is very busy at her work here, but we need to interrupt her because we have work to do if we want to meet up with Inspector Hildibrand again. So, let's go ahead and speak with Ellie to take on the first of the next round of challenges for the Hildibrand Mysteries, starting with a challenge entitled 8-Armed and Dangerous. Ellie has the latest information on the Phantom Thief's target.
Edie, I was wondering when you'd show up. I've got the latest scoop on the victor's spoils that our many-faced friend has set his sights on. Have you visited the Coliseum of late? There's a tourney in the works and it's looking to be a big one. The Mythal Cup, sponsored by none other than Imagina and Sons Mineral Concern. They say that Master Fargeist will be furnishing the prizes himself from his personal collection. Small wonder it's captured the attention of Mr. Sticky Fingers. You are familiar with the concern, yes? It's only the largest mining interest in the Sultanate after all. The chairman, Master Fairgeist, sits on the syndicate, and possesses such wealth that rumor has it that he could buy half the realm if he chose to. He's also renowned for being something of a martial arts enthusiast. With his position affording him little opportunity to test his own skills, he settles for living vicariously through the exploits of others, hence his sponsorship of tournaments like the Mythal Cup. My colleague Ganlian... I don't even know if I can pronounce it. Oh, curse you must say another for making situations where I cannot pronounce things. My colleague Ganelin is in Uldar covering the tourney as we speak. If we were to track him down, I'll bet he'd be able to give us something to get our investigation started.
And so, I will meet you there in Uldar, Miss Ellie. So, next destination, Uldar. Yeah, we don't get to go to Uldar very often these days, but we're gonna go there anyway. Because, yes, that is where the next Hildibrand mystery is going to take us. If you've been following this LP for as long as you have been here on year 2. Of course, I don't expect everyone to be following every single episode, but to give you a reprisal, a revision on what's been going on, last time we had an opportunity to meet up with Hildibrand as he pretty much interrupted what was an arranged marriage between two people, and the lady that was to be married had a particular piece of jewelry that the Phantom Thief was interested in. And so, the Phantom Thief having succeeded in his latest exploits, we'll see what he's looking to acquire this time as we speak with Ganelin. Mr. Ganelin, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I come on Ollie's behalf. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere.
No need to be rude, Ganelin. He's a friend of mine. Now what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while.
Yeah, that'll be your colleague.
Ellie! If it isn't the Mytholize star reporter, come to have a laugh at Ganonlin's expense before returning to pen your latest front page feature, eh? Oh, very well. Just promise you'll put in a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now, let me tell you this. There's strange things afoot at the Coliseum.
Bugger all, it's a travesty, I tell you! I know what's going on here. Well, if you must know, this thing just got really awkward. Especially with these three guys.
Hotch, Hugh, and Hamo, whatever is the matter? And where, pray tell, is Hotchin? The four of you will compete for the cup together, yes?
Yeah, wearing what appears to be Speedos and very bizarre ponytails. Oh boy.
I fear that an unfortunate mishap has left Hotchin in no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Dower Meadow.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that these Hildibrand mysteries were awkward and bizarre, but this is really getting into deep territory on that regard. Mishap my ass, this was sabotage! Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear it on my sublogger.
Lower your voice, Hotch. My head stings enough without your bloody shouting.
Oh yeah.
Hotchin! Should you not be resting your wounds?
Oh, but forgive you, incompetent, unworthy comrade. If I had been quicker with my mantra, we would still be 4 men strong. Yeah, why is the guy in the middle wearing a pink Speedo?
There is no reason for this!
Do not berate yourself, Hamo. In victory and in defeat, the Montrevilles fight is won. You bear no more responsibility for my wounds than I. Any road, I dare say I will not be getting back into fighting fiddle by arsing about in bed. I'm ready to chance some mantras, how about the lot of you? Hotchin, for you I am always ready! Now that's what I like to hear! 1,000 mantras, and I want each one to ring out over the Saguli! Yeah, be as awkward and bizarre as you can be, you three. And your friend, too. Can't forget your friend. Oh, boy. Yeah, I didn't need to see that.
The Montrevilles?
Aye, as Hutchin tells it, they took their name from a training partner they met at the Fist of Olgar, a man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. But not his fashion sense.
Consider me not the least bit interested. This talk of attacks on the competitors, however, of this I would hear more. Ah, yes, I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes? With mere days left before the Mythal Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With the list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organisers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favour of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thieves Challenge, gladiators dropping like flies. No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Though the concern sponsors the tourney, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by our fellow by the name of Dower Meadow. He should be in his office within the Coliseum's halls. I'll send word to the gateman Yu Baya. He owes the Mytholai a favor or two. Splendid! Come, Edie, we've got a case to crack.
Yes, I believe we do. But I know what you're thinking. Where is Inspector Hildibrand? Well, he hasn't shown up yet, but he will. I mean, why else would we be speaking with Ellie if we're not going to eventually cross paths with Hildibrand? Alright, so going around the ring here. And for those of you wondering, down there, that's actually going to be the field of battle for the tournament that's to take place, the Mytholai. So it's going to happen right down there. So yeah, a lot of people will get a nice bird's eye view of the action without ever being ever having their lives put in danger. Alright, Yu Baya. Hello there.
From the Mytholai, you say? Then by all means you are free to enter.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Yu Baya. Now let's speak with your superior and see what he has to say. Now the only question is, where is he, and what does he look like?
I am Ellie, reporter for the Mytholai, never blinking or seeing, you know the deal, yes? And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney.
Yes, that'll be our man of interest. Dour medal right there. Who am I to argue with free publicity? And from a charming little thing like yourself. Ask away, me girl. Pink does not do you justice, sir. That said, between the challenge from that so-called phantom thief, and now these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our attorney's already the talk of the town. Not that you'll see me complaining, provided someone's still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the color of his sublook. Ah, I know who that would be. Oh, looks like we got ourselves another, Those two aren't in the entry books. Yeah, they're not. Inspector Hildibrand and Inspector Bryden.
And our challenger unleashes a vicious left hook as the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner.
Now shoot, whatever happened to
Stand by your man? Inspector Bryden, as efficient as ever, I see.
A true gentleman assures violence, Inspector.
You are thinking, it annoyed me. And now, Dour Meadow, I presume. Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief. Was wondering when you might ask. Master Fargeist has spared no expense in making the Mythal Cup the most lucrative tourney this Coliseum's ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere you'll find outside a Karn. And obviously that gets Hildibrand's attention. The second and third place prizes are nothing to sneeze at neither, but I don't care how many faces he's got, we've nothing to fear from this thief. The concern is hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. What makes you think that the Phantom Thief is one of them?
Yes, just as the Brassblades was so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasure safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. And be quick about it, I haven't all day.
Yeah, it's like, what are you looking at? Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't Mr. Many-Faces in another of his elaborate get-ups? Makes sense. No. If you want to get your hands on the spoils, you have to claim them as any other would. In battle. As a matter of fact, what with the ranks thin as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative at that. Well, in Bryden? Dirtier hands or something? Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger, we've got some fresh blood for the melee! So who should be joining us?
Give me a moment, will ya? I've only got 8 arms! Or really legs!
Yes, a blast from the past arrives. All the way from Final Fantasy VI.
You called? I was just about to give the lovely Miss Avila the grand tour! Inspector Hildibrand! Look, he's purple!
Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, this overabundance of appendages. I smell a case.
Do you now? And you didn't already? Ah, that's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now, he's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it, he was one of many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturgist Guild. Yikes. Scary thought, huh? They were gonna seal him away in a hole in the desert with the others, when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything, anything. So, the management hired him to perform odd jobs about the Coliseum.
And I'm glad they did! I tell you, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks! What a delicious morsel! I want to get my tentacles around her!
She's holding a sword. You're unarmed. Do you really want to take that chance? Or, in your case, you would be un-8-armed. Yeah, he's entranced. And she's pissed off. Like, screw you!
I know not who you are or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There is only one who will claim the victor's spoils, and that is me.
Are you? Wow. Yeah, we'll deal with that piece of shit in a moment. Ew, I just love it when she talks tough. Now who's the chump who wants to get pummeling by my lovely little Abby? Yeah, of course, we all stare at the Warrior of Light. Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall do what must be done to... EDSS will be entered on my behalf. Yeah, you're cut off. EDSS? You do look like an SS. Well, poking me with a spear. To think I'd see the day when a warrior of light stood in my coliseum. And I come with the brand advertising that they do in English soccer and in other soccer leagues around the world. Hear that clink, clink, clinking? That's the sound of gil pouring into our coffers when the public finds out that a true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mythal Cup. Oh, I reckon your friend can tag along too. Show him where to sign, Ulti. Yeah, Brydon's pissed off and so am I. Because, yeah, as long as this scene keeps going, I can't take that improper friend request off.
With Theodore, I suppose we have good a chance as any. Now we just need to make sure he doesn't come down without some curious injury.
That gladiatrix, Adila was it?
Quite certain of our chances of victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say.
Ha! I'm already 10 ships ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed most knowledgeable about Miss Avila. Come, Nashu, the investigation is afoot.
As much as that sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our fourth priority here is to keep Edie safe? Let us return to Ganelin and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants.
Very well, I shall leave the task to you. I will lead my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at first opportunity. Of course there, Brydon. Or with anyone else on our investigation team for that matter. Now to deal with this shit that showed up. Yeah, you're not wanted because you're a piece of crap that is responsible for causing a lot of crap, a lot of problems that shouldn't be happening, and I hate the fact that you weaseled your way onto my video. That was not cool, and I'm sorry you had to see that. Anyway, we should go speak with Ganelin because, yeah, I need to blow off some steam here. We have to go with the other direction. Yeah, these pieces of shit, they will stoop to any level to grab your attention. And I hate the fact that they stuck themselves in my video. Yeah, because they do still send tells to you, but now they're trying to take you on as a friend in order to steal your identity and steal your avatar. That's just going way too low. Alright, Ganelin. No, I want to speak with Ganelin. Why am I facing Hildibrand?
You again? I've already told you that... What? Enter the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two which I'm happy to share with you, but in the end you have to protect yourself, you hear? So I've been asking around, and it seems that more than a few of the fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight a warrioress by the name of Avila. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me, when you can hear it from someone who crossed blades with her just days ago. Fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being mashed up with Avila in the preliminary round, and had himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the Pugilist Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit?
Yeah, I believe we will do that. That's a long way to run to get to where we need to go. All the way down at the Pugilist Guild, they said, so... Yeah, here's Raging Rat. So let's go ahead and speak with him and see what he has to say. He certainly looks very big for a Raging Rat. Boy, they grow you rats big around here. Come to have a laugh at good old Raging Rat's expense, have ye? Well, you're not the first. I say, is there not a man in this entire realm with an ounce of sympathy?
Greetings, good sir. How fortunate are you today that your guest is Hildibrand Mandeville, gentleman and inspector. Now if you will please enlighten me to how exactly it is that you are beaten to a bloody pulp by Mishavila.
Gentlemen, my arse! Have you not a wit or delicacy? Never you mind. Look, the records may say I'll laugh, but I'll admit to nothing of the sort. I'll shout at the top of my lungs if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair! Well, considering the size advantage, I guess she has to take any advantage she can get, I guess. Tempest Blade? Some kind of foul sorcery if you ask me. Mark my words, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so damned easy on the eyes, she'd be rotting in jail as we speak. Would that explain the scars on your face? The girl's all Amigan, or haven't you heard? You know how it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when you've got nothing to lose?
Yes, and why not disparage an entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your soy pride? This one's a real piece of work, Edie. Let's be on our way.
I didn't mean no offense, miss. Just telling it like it is, as it were.
Perhaps it is truly some manner of sorcery, as the fellow says. Or perhaps she works with an accomplice? She didn't strike me as the magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the latter.
Ah, Miss Shelley, the thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you as well. Yes, I see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes.
Gentlemen should not say that.
We might very well make an inspectress of you yet.
And yeah, of course she's gonna take offense to that.
I'll give you a good winkle, you insensitive boar. If what the man says is true, it's likely her fellow Alamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of question.
Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls, shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice.
If you say so.
Ample appendages whirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying every which way. Avila and Loti, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I could have solved this case without leaving my home.
Incredible! Your powers of deduction never have to fail to amaze, Inspector. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus?
Mr. Ocho should still be at the Coliseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back off to whencesoever he came.
I think that's a good idea. Well, Willie, what are we gonna do about this guy? You really want to deal with him anymore? I guess that's no. He's running off with his rat tail between his legs. So now I'm all by myself. Well, thanks a lot, everyone. So yeah, we have to run back to the Coliseum. And yeah, we're gonna chase after this big miner here. Yeah, that's a mining axe that he's holding. In case you're wondering. So, back into the Coliseum we go. And so, well, there's Ultros. Yeah, look what he's doing. Yeah, I'm sure if that lady turns around, Ultros will regret that he made that peeping Tom move. Alright, Hildibrand.
Shh, friend, and look over yonder.
Yeah, I kind of noticed already.
Behold those exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of her squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ulti is a most fascinating creature indeed. Behold how he carefully eyes the gladiatrix before him. What manner of mischief is he plotting? He speaks. Yes, this is most suspicious indeed.
And he's certainly very excited too. And she makes a break for it. Yeah, that should not have surprised.
Oh, what is this? The girl has fled in a panic. Our friend Ulti appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders shag. Or how they would shag if he had shoulders.
Well, he's gonna chase after his target, I guess.
Our quarry is on the move. Quickly, Nashu. We must pursue.
Are we going after them? I guess we are. Yeah, away you go there, Ellie. Everyone's leaving me behind again. Yeah, everyone's leaving me behind again. It's like, I'm part of this too, you know. Alright. So why are we speaking with Nashu? I guess we'll find out soon enough, won't we?
Mr. Alty seems to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time? Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they taste just wonderful in a good marinara sauce.
Ugh. I don't like where you're going with this.
Marinara sauce. He speaks.
And she pisses the girl off. Yeah, that's a skillet she's holding.
And another girl rushes off. What did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever is he doing with these girls anyway? Call me crazy, but I think he likes them.
Yeah, put your arms down, Nashu. And don't look at me. You said it, not I. Alright. I think we have time for another challenge here, so let's speak with Hildibrand to take the next one, entitled, What Price Victory? Which makes no sense at all. Hildibrand is contemplating the implications of Ultros's behavior.
Paul misunderstood Ulti. Here we suspected him of criminal activity when in truth he was just a gentle soul luckless in love. Oh, Ulti, can you find it in your squishy, slimy heart to forgive us?
Yes. Now perhaps we should return to our investigation. If Avila is as suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Our men back at the Coliseum should be able to enlighten us as to her whereabouts.
An excellent idea, Michele, but I have a better one. Let us return to the Coliseum and speak with our meadow. From him we shall ascertain Miss Avala's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her about to see if she is indeed as suspicious as they say. Come, Nashu, the investigation calls.
Yeah, he just said what she just said. Yeah, it's like, it makes no sense!
Don't think Uncle Alty didn't see you following me. What's the big idea, eh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus.
And you need water, by the way.
Or am I?
What do you mean, or am I? You have the body of an octopus, the head of an octopus, the legs of an octopus, therefore...
Come on now, I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and the admiration of millions. Can't Uncle Alty dream? Well, kids, hate to ink and run then again. I am an octopus.
Yeah, get the feeling he's gonna dirty his hands with this. So, yeah, we're just gonna keep doing the ping pong thing here. Go from one side to the other. It's a shame they couldn't put all of the Coliseum's grounds in one area of Ul'dah. Like it just seems silly to just keep going back and forth repeatedly. Anyway, take a right here, and hopefully we'll find our meadow. Well, we found Nashu first, which means Dower Meadow was clearly here.
Yes, what is it this time? I'm a busy man. Looking for Avila, you say? She said something about sharing a flagon with her countrymen over at the Coffer and Coffin. I reckon you might still find her there. I'll warn you though, if you're smart, you'll keep your distance from that one. That poor bugger Ganlin tried to interview her for an article, thought the girl was gonna rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to being asked questions of a personal nature, if you catch my drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm you up for the tourney, that might just be the ticket. Haha! I can assure you that there'll be no need for gratuitous fisticuffs, my good sir. With my remarkable powers of espionage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fiery lash even being allotted to our presence. Let us be off.
Well, if you say so. So now we have to go to the Coffer and Coffin. The closest place to where that is, because it's not in Ul'dah, is going to be the Gate of Nald in central Thanlin. Because that will get us out there the quickest. So once I get my chocobo out, yeah, the Actually, it's closer to Blackbrush Station than it is to the gate, to the Steps of Nald. Alright, well then, let's warp there. Let's warp there and then double back. And for some reason I thought it was closer to the edge of Ul'dah, but no, it's actually closer to Blackbrush Station. Alright, here we go. Yeah, there's Ul'dah lit up in the night. Certainly stands out on a starry night, doesn't it? Of course, here in Ul'dah, there are many starry nights, because this is a desert after all. Alright, Hildibrand. Find you what you're looking for? Behold, the lovely Mashavila, just as predicted. Let us keep watch from here, so as not to set off the girl's faint temper. Alright, and there are some of her fellow Alamegans, I guess.
How many times must I tell you? There is no cause for concern. The spoils shall be mine. It may as well be written in stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Reborn al-Din won a new life for himself in the Coliseum, I shall win a new life for our people. The prize that I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 1,000, no, 10,000-fold. In a land where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Uldans no longer. And with that I must be off to the Nanawa mines to meet my sister.
Mishava's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chances of falling out on the field of battle are infinitesimal.
I could have told you that before you signed up. Come now, we have a suspect to pursue.
And away we go again. And elsewhere, yeah, we're being pursued and followed by Ultras. Not cool, man.
Trying to steal Avila from Uncle Artie's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen.
Why is that?
Yes, Uncle Artie's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus?
Oh, the distinctive smell of fire sand. Another one of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Nashu.
Heavens no, Inspector! This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson?
I don't think you want it. You might not be alive for it.
They're onto me? Preposterous! Could it be that Massahead isn't as stupid as he looks?
He's pulled off some flukes before.
I see. In any event, I shudder to think what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me. Heave ho!
Oh, he threw it somewhere.
You gotta be kidding me!
Where did it land? I guess we'll find out soon enough, won't we? Because I'm guessing where Hildibrand is standing is where the crate came to rest. And so away we go, over the fence. Alright, so, yeah, that's a bit of a journey for us. But we will get there nonetheless. If I can go the right way, because, yeah, I was going the wrong way. Yeah, you can't actually cross over from that side, unfortunately. No, you gotta come over this direction. Back towards... Yeah, there's Nanawa Mines right there. And to the west is Cutter's Cry, where we did our level 38 dungeon. So over here is Inspector Hildibrand. So it looks like we have followed Avila to this point. Now let's see what happens.
That maiden in mine and garb must be the sister of whom Miss Avila spoke. Let us listen a bit closer.
I thought we agreed. No hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news of the tourney? Worry not, Hegelina. I have taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modern estimates value its worth at some 30 million gil. Do you realize what this means? Necklaces from Eshtimes, sun silk dresses, all the luxuries you ever wanted will be yours. This poor little girl's in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the old honorable crust, those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society.
She doesn't want it?
I don't know, Avi. Wealth is all well and good, but when I see you stand tall in the Coliseum, hundreds and thousands cheering your name, I am proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong and stand together, this alone is all the wealth I ask for. That is your problem, Hegelina. You've always been too quick to settle for less than your worth. But worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I will do this, for us. Now I must return. God forbid one of those prying reporters overhear us. That's my Avi. Unfazed by a daughter to death, yet terrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister, and be safe.
A more moving display of sisterly love I have not seen, and yet I feel it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues.
It would seem Avala's assertion of victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel upon with the girl. My sister and I were alone as well too, you see.
How is that so?
Inspector, did you hear what I just heard?
Well, you have the Mikoto years, but oh, there's Ultros. Yeah, it looks like he suffered a bump to the head.
Look, kids, Uncle Otti has had enough to hear with you. Do you think you could just fall in this pit and die like a good little boy?
Is there spikes down there?
I'm talking to you, Mr. Warrior of Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer. Closer.
Oh, sorry, that's Inspector Hildibrand.
That's you, you idiot!
Oh, no need for concern, French. I have simply taken the liberty investigating this hole in the ground. I am pleased to report that there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary.
Except your head stuck in the ground ostrich style.
Our hero. Now shall we return to Uldar? The Mythal Cup will be starting before long, and the last thing we want after all this is to lose our bout by forfeit.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Could it be? Did that musclehead dive straight into my trap to save it his companions? The others seem completely unsurprised at this turn of events. Doubtless he has performed such surplus acts before. A true gentleman if I ever saw one. But if you think that means I'm gonna show mercy on you, you've got another thing coming. Time to break out the big guns, kids! Wait a minute, I died 2 pills, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around. Give me a break!
Ow. Alright, so we gotta go back to the Gate of Nald to meet up with Inspector Hildibrand, so we'll actually do that next time, because we're getting up on 40 minutes here, and given the way that my, capture card has been acting lately, it seems to take not so kindly to prolonged recordings, so I need to try and get these down a little shorter so that they're not going like 50 minutes an hour, that sort of thing, but next time when I rejoin you, we will speak with Inspector Hildibrand to complete our to continue the investigation, because yeah, we're far from completed. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will make our way back towards the Gate of Nald to see what Inspector Hildibrand has in mind for us to do next. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew with Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.